Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we'll learn how to handle the radio button in Selenium Java with the simple example. So here I have created a HTML page with the different radio button group. Okay, so this is one group and this is second group and this is the third group. Okay, the first one is we have to select any one of the radio button from the yes or no. Okay, you can select yes or you can select the no. This is the first actions we have to do. And the second thing is here by default this radio button is getting selected. Okay, so in some cases you have a scenario like you need to validate whether the radio button is selected by default or not, right? So this is the second thing. So third radio button group, here you can see going, not going and maybe. So the maybe is a disabled mode. So we have to verify if the maybe radio button is disabled or not. Okay, this is the three actions we are going to do in our script. Okay, let us start. Let us start write our code. So now here I have a written, creating an instance of the Chrome driver class. Okay, create object of the Chrome driver class for launching our Chrome browser. Now the next, opening the URL. So what is the first actions we have to do? First actions would be select any yes or no radio button, right? So I can say select yes radio button. Okay, we'll identify the locator first. Let us inspect this. See now ID is a Y. So we can use the ID here. So I'll say driver dot find element y dot ID. So you can pass the value. So now identify the element. We can store it in any variable. Equal to we can see. Now I can say yes radio dot. Just we have to click the radio button, right? You can add a message, simple message saying that clicked on yes radio button. Okay, let us run this much. See now it is getting selected. Okay, so it is getting selected the yes radio button. So now let us see. We'll go for the next one. See the messages also is getting printed in our console. So what is the next actions we have to do? Next we need to confirm whether the bar radio button is by default it is getting selected or not. Okay. So let us say button selected by default. So we need to check here. Okay. So for that what we can do? We can say driver dot find element. So this is also we can identify the locator ID equal to B. Y dot ID can say B. So now with element for radio button. Okay. So now we identify the element and store it in a variable. So now our task is to check whether that radio button is by default it is selected or not. So for that we can add a condition. So if conditions you can add if bar radio, okay, dot is selected. So one of the method called isSelected. So the isSelected method will going to return you the boolean value, true or false. If it is selected, it is going to return you true. If it is not selected, it is going to return you the false. Okay. Now, if it is selected, okay, then it is going to return you true. If it is a true, then you can print the message saying that bar radio button is selected by default. Okay. So if condition is false, then it is coming into that else block, right? So you can say here, you can add a message saying that for radio button is not selected. Okay, so this is what we have to do. So let us run this and see. So first one, yes, is getting selected. Now let us close this. The bar radio button is selected by default. Okay, so this is the way we have to validate. So what is the next actions we have to do in the radio button group? The maybe radio button, right? It is a disabled mode. We need to check, verify the if maybe radio button is disabled or not. Okay, so for that we can add check the maybe is disabled. Okay, now how we have to do that? So first we'll identify the element, driver dot find element, y dot. So here also I'll say m y dot id. So you can store it in any variable, web element. You can say maybe radio. Now here also we need to go with the conditions. Okay, we need to check the condition. So go with the if condition, if not maybe radio dot is enabled. Okay, the method is we have to call the is enabled method. The is enabled method also will going to return you the boolean true or false. Okay, now if it is not enabled, then what we need to do? We'll print the message saying that so maybe option is disabled. Okay, if the condition is false, then it is coming into that else block. Else block also here we can say maybe option is enabled. Okay, so now let's run this. Let's close this. We clicked on the yes radio button. Bar radio button is selected by default. Maybe option is disabled. Right? So we are handling a radio buttons using a Selenium WebDriver in Java. First we locate the yes radio button and click it using the click method. Right? We use the click method here. Next we check whether the which option is selected by default. So using isSelected method. Right? Finally, we check that maybe radio button is disabled by using the isEnabled method. So these three methods, click, isSelected and isEnabled, are very useful for handling the radio button and also checkboxes also. Okay, and radio button and checkboxes. Hope this is clear. Next video, we'll learn how to handle the drop down. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video.